What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Maybe you're asking, why am I back with another Six Nations video? Well, the truth is I wish I thought of this idea at the start of the tournament. What I'm going to do for the next remaining of the weeks is choose a big game, for example this weekend, Ireland versus Scotland, and give a bit more detail into this game because it is the most talked about game this weekend. So much on the line for Ireland getting a Grand Slam, so much on the line for Scotland maybe picking up a Six Nations win, which they haven't done in many years. So I want to do a video just to chat a bit briefly more about the teams, the two key players that I think will be the standouts, and then just to talk of who I think will be the game changers of this upcoming match. So without further ado, let's kick off with Ireland. Okay, just from the notes I've made, for Ireland in the team, Gary Ringrose, forgive me on my pronunciation, is expected to ease Ireland's midfield injury nightmare by starting on Saturday's crucial clash. The Leicester centre could be partnered up with Bundy Akai to offset long-term injuries to Robbie Henshaw and Chris Farrell. So hopefully that will give a boost to the Irish team. Obviously Henshaw with his injury is probably not going to play again this season with dislocating his shoulder, so big injury there. Ireland expect British and Irish Lions duo Furlong and Ian Henderson to be fit to start again for the Scots, against the Scots, so that's going to be massive impact for the Irish, and definitely will boost them. And then coach Joe Smith has called up uncapped former 7 speedster Barry Daly, forgive me, as cover for wing Andrew Conway, who is expected to return from knee injury next week ahead of their last clash against England. That's definitely going to boost the Irish. Now this is a tough game for, I think, both teams. Ireland are definitely going in as favourites. Why? Because of their home advantage, because of the way they've been playing. They are undefeated at this stage. They've got a Grand Slam ahead of them, so much to play for the Irish, and definite favourites for this game. Key player for me is obviously Johnny Sexton. He is a genius. Obviously against Wales his place kicking was weak, but the man played an outstanding game. When they played against France, his defence was unbelievable, but that was sadly forgotten because of that last minute drop goal to win that game for them. So he will definitely be the player to watch out for. He will be the player that the Scottish need to have their eyes on, because he is just a genius and one of the all-time best at this age of rugby. So for me, Ireland definitely have a boost with Furlong coming back, and with the experience of experience of Johnny Sexton. If his boot is on and his playing form is the same as it's been in the past, Ireland are looking good for this one. So that's Ireland. Let's get to Scotland. Just a few key points for Scotland. Fit again, Richie Gray has been added to the Scottish squad. The experienced second row forward returns after a long-term injury. Next point is Alex Dunbar, Xander Ferguson, forgive me, Daryl Marfo and Fraser Brown, who all featured in last year's Autumn Internationals, are also recalled after injuries, while George Horn has been handed a first senior call-up. Flanker John Hardy also returns to a 40-man squad following the 3-month ban suspension. He has a good pedigree and a good history playing with Scotland, so it's definitely going to be a boost if selected in the top starting 15 or even on the bench. And then Byron McGuigan and Lee Jones return from hamstring and head injuries respectively to rejoin the group. So definitely some boosters for Scotland, but obviously as both teams have their injury issues, they are facing some challenges. Key players that I've highlighted, I've got 2 for this team. Hamish Watson, he was superb at the breakdown against England, and will need to be again in Dublin. It's so important that he keeps up with all his previous results and fixtures, and the way he played against England. That needs to continue. And this was just a Hamish was added in from quite a few others, and he's a damn good player, but I want to also add in Laidlaw. The experience of the man, the history of the man, the way he helped Scotland against the French. He's just a ball full of experience and a great scrum half. He can play fly half, and he's a talent, so he will definitely be, if selected, one to look out for. But Hamish Watson, definite look out for that game. So Scotland also have so much on the line, guys. The disadvantages facing Scotland are obviously their away record. The last time they beat Ireland was in 2010. Can they do it again? We will have to wait and see. Now, key battle for me this weekend is obviously Johnny Sexton versus Finn Russell. Now, for Sexton, minus his 4 kicks that he missed the previous week, he was brilliant in all other formats. He had a phenomenal outing against Wales in just the passing, the skills level of that man. And as I said just now, his defence against the French was outstanding. So Johnny Sexton on top form, like I just mentioned, is such a key point for the Irish and can definitely help them going forward, and definitely, if on form, massive advantage for Scotland. Finn Russell, previous week against England, he was outstanding as well. The difference between the effort is that the Scots were showing aberration. It was easily his best performance in the championship, but the question is, can he continue that brilliant performance against England and bring it to the Irish? It's a away game, so already the favours are against Scotland. Ireland are playing at home. They got the home, they got the crowd, they've got the history. Favourites are Ireland, but Scotland have so much to play for as well. They can smell a victory, they can smell a chance at winning the Six Nations, maybe, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe. So for them, it's just as important. They won in 2010. 8 years later, can they do it again? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. You heard my predictions in yesterday's video, which was posted this morning, so be sure to check that out to find out what exactly I said and who I'm going for and why. But this is going to be the game of the weekend. It's so much to play for, so much history on the line. 2 of my favourite teams besides obviously the Springboks, and I can't wait to watch this battle. I want to see emotions, I want to see passion, I want to see determination, I want to see those guys playing as if it was the last game of their lives, and I mean both countries. I know who I predicted yesterday, and you probably clapped me over the head for who you guys know who it is, but it's the passion and the love and the respect that these 2 countries have for each other. You can hear it I can see it in the comments that you guys share. There's respect there. There's not that rivalry war like you'd see with Australia and New Zealand, or England and Scotland, or England and Ireland. But there's the respect, and that I want to continue into this match on Saturday. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's something different, and I plan to do it for next week as well. When Ireland take on England, I'm going to go into a bit more detail on that game, as well as the predictions video in the week. If you haven't seen the predictions, I will leave a link for you guys so you can watch it, so don't miss out on that one. And yes, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel wherever you are from around the world. Join me on this journey where I do sports recaps, predictions, all that jazz, as well as motivational content on this side. So make sure you are subscribed to join me on this sporting journey. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We're nearly there. It's nearly time for rugby. As usual, stay safe and never give up. Cheers.